think this would be the best first class anybody would ever take. I go to a lot of classes in a few other places, not like Wayne does. The fundamentals are broke down in such a way that you can't help but to understand them. And if you have an intuitive mind and want to know why, you can't help but to walk away fulfilled from this class. If I could have took this course 5 years ago, I couldn't imagine how much further along I would be today, just by having the sound-based knowledge. And I thought I really had some really sound-based knowledge classes, and I have, but not to the extent of this one. I mean, this would be, I couldn't imagine a better foundation to build from, and even to build from today for myself into the future. Just phenomenal.
The training was excellent. I believe the added benefit to it all is the stress factor that you as an instructor put on it and put on the students in general to push everyone to that potential.
Two comments. One of them is, I had an amazing amount of stuff that you covered for me to unlearn from all of the 11 million hours of training that I've been through, both traditional and some of the more modern instructors. So I found that to be very interesting, although I've got to process a lot. I've never seen a 2-day class go from beginner to where you are like you did. You really pushed the class quite hard. I can't speak for everybody else, but you pushed the class quite hard. We didn't do as many things as some people do.
Right.
Unconventional shooting positions and a lot of weekend work and so on, but you explained why. And then you had us doing these drills for speed and accuracy that were quite substantial.
I think that's the best part of this class. It's reality based. You're going to use this. If you don't need it, you don't teach it. So I think that's the most important thing.
I was real pleased with this course. I have no prior experience at all with handguns. I just bought my gun last week, so I'm grateful that I had the chance to start off like this with a course.
I've only been firing for a few months, and I'm no gun enthusiast. It was purely from an incident that had happened to me that made me feel helpless, and so it's all about self-defense and defending my family. So I don't have under any illusion I'm going to take a ton of different courses, so I really got a lot out of this one. From the standpoint of what I do, which I'm a plastic surgeon, but in particular I do microsurgery, which is very fine surgery using operating microscope, fine sutures smaller than human hair to put vessels back together and such. I very much can draw parallels between the process of learning for this and the process of learning for the other things that I've done in my life. And I can see it in myself. Just simple things like when you're learning a new skill, you'll have maybe some immediate improvements, followed by failures after that for reasons which you don't really get frustrated by it. This is the same parallels that I draw in surgical training as well, and you see it every time. So you have to work through the frustration.
That was extremely stressful to me yesterday, but coming back in today, well, attitude coming back in today was a whole lot of fucking I can't get any more wound up than I was yesterday, so it has to improve. But by the time I was done, I feel very comfortable. I have a concealed carry, and I've had this for a year. I've never shot it because I wasn't comfortable with it. By the end of yesterday, I was already comfortable with it, taking it out, getting it ready, using it. I was very comfortable with it already. I was like, all right, I got everything I need out of it. I'm good. Let's wrap it up. What could I have today? I should ask him. What could he cover today? Yeah. But I do feel a lot more comfortable, and I feel like all the stress level and everything came back down by the end of today. And I'm glad I came. Glad I came the whole thing. Glad I came back.
Classes, some of ex-military, ex-law enforcement, or current law enforcement. And a lot of that is, why do you do that? SOP. It's just the way we do it. Because this whole class was, why do we do it? Well, this is why you do it. This is why you don't backpedal. This is why you don't do bad reps. This is why everything had an explanation. And it was the most stripped down, combat effective, this is what's going to happen in a fight.